In this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at retargeting a HumanIK character. So this is really cool. This allows us to target another HumanIK character that we might have animated, or even to use motion capture data, which I'll be using inside of this lesson. So first of all, let me bring in some motion capture data. I'll go ahead and make my perspective window full screen, and I'm going to go to File, Import, and I can bring in Filmbox or FBX files, and what I'm going to grab in this case is the just standard kicks animation. We'll get a dialog for importing an FBX file, and it's going to ask us if we want to merge, add to a new scene, exclusive merge. It's going to give us a list of all the different things we could possibly import, but all we're really going to need is the animation and the HumanIK, and really that's it. So I'll click OK. Wait a second.
Give it a little second.
Yeah, we'll give it a second for everything to come in. And we are awarded with this skeleton, which you can see has the little HumanIK gizmo at the bottom. So he essentially is a HumanIK character. And if I hit play, he's got some really cool animation on him. Got some cool kung fu fighting stuff. Now this is an actual motion capture file. So somebody actually put on a motion capture suit and acted out all this stuff. So what I'm going to do is come in here. First thing, let me go ahead and hold my scene because I'm going to want to come back to my state as it is right now later on in the lesson. So I'll go ahead and hold right here. And then I'm going to, under HumanIK, create a body generator. And we'll just do a quick body gen like so. It's just so easy. I love that. And then we'll initialize our HumanIK. And I'm just going to go straight over to retargeting. And under retargeting, we've got all of these selections. We have source and we have biped. Now, since I'm not using a biped from Character Studio, I won't be using this. I'll instead be using source. And as soon as I click, we can see Constraint Skeleton, which is our motion capture skeleton back here. So I'll go ahead and select that. And immediately, check this out, our character snaps over. So now when I hit play, look at what we've got.
Hey, very nice.
Our HumanIK character is now following right along with the action. But you'll notice he's a little bit offset. He's not exactly right on top of the motion capture data, so to speak. So we have the ability to fix that. For one thing, we can hit Match Source. And what that's going to do is perfectly align our HumanIK character with the motion capture data. So now as we play through, we'll see the two are aligned almost perfectly. Aside from that, we also have the power to adjust the reach from the actual model. Like say here I have the reach hands, so I can adjust the reach of the left hand from the original rig to the source's hand. So if you watch, you can see here's from my HumanIK character. Now it's reaching over to the source. So now I'm even more cleanly lined up with the actual source model. So I can adjust the right hand as well, and the feet at the same time. So down here you can see the left foot. I can adjust the reach from the HumanIK character to its source, and so on. Also, I have this power to adjust over the chest. So here you can watch our character. He'll kind of lean forward to where he's lined up exactly with the source character. So we have all of this power that we can use to kind of blend just a little bit, to fine-tune actions as we're animating our characters in this manner. So this is all well and good. I mean, it looks awesome, don't get me wrong, but we just saw that this works great if the character is roughly the same size as our source. But what if our character was larger? And I'll do one a little better. What if our character had a different kind of rig? Maybe he had more segments in his legs and more segments in his arms, maybe more spine segments. Maybe our new character had fingers and things like that. What would HumanIK do? Well, let's find out real quick. I'm going to come back under Edit, and I'm going to fetch my scene that I held just a second ago. And we have our HumanIK for the motion capture brought back in. And now what I'm going to do is open up my body generator. And let's see, for spine links, I'm going to crank up to 5. Leg links, I'll say 4. Arm links, also 4. Fingers, we'll say our new character is going to have 5 fingers with 3 finger links per finger. So this is going to be a very detailed rig that we're about to create.
Yeah, and very different.
And just to make things a little more interesting, just to throw another factor into the mix, I'm going to make this about twice as large as our motion capture data. So now let's see what happens when we run this. Let's go ahead and initialize the HumanIK. and we'll go on over to retargeting, and I'll select my source once again. We'll just select the constraint skeleton and check it out.
Wow.
Our character jumps. Now watch this. We're kind of, we've got a huge size difference here, so let's check out what's going to happen to the scale of the animation. I mean, if this character were to take a single step, and this character were to take a proportional step, he would obviously cover a lot more ground.
Right.
So how is HumanIK going to handle the animation? Well, the answer is flawlessly. Watch this. Our larger skeleton, our larger HumanIK, is actually taking longer strides. So we're getting perfectly proportional scaling of animation.
That is too cool.
At the same time, though, if we just want to see something kind of, maybe just a little bit freaky, we can come in here and tell this to match source and watch what we get. The two line up with each other. Now watch our larger HumanIK as I scrub through.
It kind of slows down.
Even better, look at the feet of both of our characters. They're staying lined up.
Wow.
So what's happened is the animation has been scaled down between the two so that the larger one is moving into the exact same footsteps as the smaller one. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
So now if you had a character, like you'd set up a walk cycle, and now you had a much larger character who needed to kind of follow those exact same footprints, so to speak, or maybe step in certain areas, it would not be hard to do at all. So that's pretty cool. Even better is now we can still adjust our reach from hands to feet and chest and so on. Now this is going to look a little freaky, so I'm going to warn you. This will not look realistic, but it does prove the point of what the reach is here for. As we take our left hand and we reach toward our source's hand, look at that.
Oh, he goes down.
He's going to reach down until his hand lines up with the source's hand.
Very cool.
Same thing with the right. So now if we were to play, he's doing some kind of weird monkey fighting.
That's kind of scary.
Kind of scary, but cool.
But it's still very cool, yeah.
We have this much power for blending in between our source and our actual rig. So we have a lot of control that we can exert here. So let's go ahead and pull this back. You see our character. It's just great to see him stand up like that. I'm going to switch off match source. We have the power to switch off floor contact in case maybe one of our rigs is higher or lower up than the other so that they're not slamming into the floor and the animation get offset that way. But as you can see, it's very, very easy. I mean, almost just incredibly easy. It'll blow your mind how simple it is to take animation from one HumanIK and send it directly over to the other through retargeting. Kedar has done a fabulous job of making this not only seamless, but virtually painless. I mean, we just came in, what did we do? We called in an animation file, we dropped in a body generator, didn't matter the size. We could tweak this until it matched our model perfectly, no matter what kind of proportions our model had. Then go back through and just tell it, hey, I want my source to be this cool little kung fu guy, and then we just hit play.
That's too easy.
Then if we need to fine-tune, we have the ability to reach from our actual HumanIK to our source for various body parts, just to fine-tune and adjust the control of this retargeting.
Right.
So that's pretty much going to cover all that I really want to show in this lesson. So thanks a lot, everybody.